we trying to live like there's no consequences. They tell us how to live right.
Yeah, that's how we start the show. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on, everybody? What's up, Highland Park, Detroit, surrounding areas, Toledo, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We're back with the Wellness Report with Helen. Actually, I'm guest starring, so it's the Howie Bell Show this week, as it was last week. And hey, man, I'm here. I'm your local friendly comedian. Just saw Spider-Man last night. Hey, look, I'm also here with.
It was live. Boogie the comedian, Alton Boogie Williams, if you will.
And my other dog.
Ken Blanks Harrell, Bullish Institute.
And we're here to talk about comedy. We're here to talk about keeping you financially fit. And, and of course, always bringing the humor so you can feel good about yourself and enjoy the rest of your week. Because we start off Mondays like this.
Right.
This is Monday afternoon, so we start off on one. And Monday morning motivation.
We got to set the tone for the week,
morning,
really.
Yeah,
this is the bar.
Yeah, this is the beginning of a 5-day experience,
Right.
brother,
Right.
into what we call the abyss of weekday.
See how we changed
made
it and
that
made
up.
it something, but it was sweet. It was sweet.
It was sweet.
See how people usually be like, "Oh man, it's Monday." We flipped that.
We had a great
It's
weekend.
Monday.
I want to start off by saying, man, brothers, man, listen, comedy is beautiful. I just had the second weekend in a row with Cedric the Entertainer.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the Funny Bone. Yeah. Funny Bone.
Definitely,
We were in
definitely.
Columbus, Ohio this past Saturday. Before that, we were in Toledo. But I'm going to tell you, man, Cedric the Entertainer has to be one of the most talented
No.
comedians, actors,
What about
producers,
just down
writers.
to earth? Is he
just-
down?
oh
Is he
my God,
like
man.
your brother? Ain't he
Man,
like your
man,
brother?
You walk around.
You probably want to
man,
hug him more than
man,
like,
look, man.
come here,
man.
man.
Look. I had to keep it real with him. I said, look, man, I've been trying not to get on your nerves. But I want to call you every day.
Right.
I just want to call you and kick it with
right,
you, pick
right.
your brain, man.
Right.
So he was real receptive to it, though. He wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
You know, he's a professional, man. He gets it. He was a young comic before. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
he gets it, and he knows what it is, and he knew my enthusiasm was genuine. And man, we've had great shows. We had 3 shows in Toledo, 3 sold out, 3 more sold out shows in Columbus.
That's
So
awesome.
6 sold out shows in 2 weeks, man. This guy is
a
incredible.
blessing, man.
Not only is it a blessing to be on stage with him, but just to listen and kind of critique
Ooh,
and, you know what I'm saying, get a different perspective on how somebody on that caliber
get it.
is doing comedy. So for me, man, this past weekend for me
Congratulations for you
was
for
great,
being
man.
on that
Thank
platform,
you, brother.
brother.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's humbling and it's insightful and it's just everything, any adjective you can think of to describe.
How
you
does
know
that?
what I'm saying?
How does that still feel like being? You're a seasoned comedian as well.
Yeah,
You're a vet.
absolutely.
How does that still feel to still feel like that going
Excited.
in that live?
Man, I'm still nervous. Right. Man, I was like this before I go. I had to because I had to work it out because you got to understand that crowd is his. It's not my
Yeah.
crowd.
They come mainly.
They're
for
there to see him, so I have to adjust and know. And surprisingly, man, the Funny Bone is a mainstream comedy club, and well, not surprisingly, but it's a mainstream comedy club chain throughout the nation.
Okay.
So the audience was very diverse. This wasn't no hood or all dominant. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it was very diverse and intelligent crowds. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
you got to understand, most comedy goers are intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Because comedy is intelligent. So-
Thinkers.
yeah,
Quick,
absolutely. It's
witty.
humor, but it's
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So with that being said, man, it was just good to be able to do that many amount of shows, and still be consistent and still have the impact I had, and bring him up the way I brought him up, like the superstar he is, man. And
Right.
we're back in Virginia Beach on August the 12th. So just call me for the new date.
Blessings
man.
on blessings on blessings.
So man, it's all good. So Detroit. This is what we need to do. We're going to start incorporating these Detroit comedians into something new and exciting. And that's why we're here. And we're going to give a shout out to Helen for the Wellness Report and allowing us to
Absolutely.
do the Howie Bell or This Is Howie Boogie show right here. You know what I'm saying? Where we can interject some comedy. And, of course, comedy is healing and it's a natural endorphin. And we say that. We said it last week. You know what I'm saying? Comedy is the best healer. Laughter.
the best medicine
Yeah,
out
laughter
there.
is the best medicine. We don't repeat that just because we mean it.
Yeah, that's not
And-
cliche.
And it's not cliche.
That's real.
And so I want to start off with, of course, my guest going to probably be here with me every time. You know what I'm saying? This is Alton Boogie Williams, y'all,
Yes, sir.
who made
Thank you.
the Kevin Hart, Heart of the City, show coming up Friday, August 4th at Epitome Lounge. Kevin Hart will be here, and we're going to
Super
take
excited.
for Comedy Central the Kevin Hart Heart of the City show. And Boogie Williams, my co-host, is one of the guests. What you feeling right
Super
now?
excited.
I know last week you was feeling something right. It's getting close. How you feeling right now?
It's getting more and more real. Like Joey Wells called me 2 days
Did
ago.
he?
Yeah, man.
All
We chopped
right.
it up. We chopped it up for
Joey
a while.
Wells, shout
I know.
out.
Shout out to Joey Wells. And I mean, it's just getting more real. The more production calls you, and you're getting calls from these people, wardrobe, and they're telling you certain things, and it's like, wait,
Yeah.
this is really
It's
real.
serious.
this is
Yeah.
serious.
I'm not
This
going
ain't
to the
just like,
bar on
yeah,
Grand
this ain't
River.
just show up and we'll see what happens. It's like, oh no, we're gonna make this happen,
right.
brother. This is
That's
this
right.
is TV. So it's just sinking in, and I'm just taking the time to just let everything sink in. Enjoying the moments. Right now.
Absolutely.
I know that's going to come. Lord willing, but I'm falling in love with the now.
Right.
With the now. Because
the now
even
is
Joey was
important.
like, man, your life's not gonna ever be the same. That's exactly what he
Man.
told me. He's like, I don't care if you go on to fame and fortune or not. After this day, your life will never be the same. And so he's like, I'm happy to be a part of that. And he just hears somebody like him say that. We laughed a little bit because he is Sigma and I'm a Q, of course. He said, don't be coming on stage with none of that purple and gold. So I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah,
And
it's
Joey
just,
understands
it's a
fully well. Me and him taped BET Comic View for the first time in '98
blessing. Okay.
when
Okay.
Gary Owens was the host.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's a
and
funny
that was
guy.
and that was me and Joey Wells' first time on television. So we talked about that before
Mm-hmm.
in recent months. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's that feeling that you get your first time, even all the time doing TV, but your
Right.
first time, it's just like you so ready.
Right.
Like,
Because
you
I mean,
wanna
I've done
do it. You wanna,
commercials
like-
and I've done some things, but like this is,
You want to beat up the audience,
Right.
you
It
want to
feels
beat them
good.
up.
You want to, man.
You want to fight.
You like,
know what I mean?
ooh,
Yeah, because
ooh.
this is what you've been waiting on, man,
Exactly.
and it's a
Exactly.
good feeling. So it's going to be Boogie Williams, Mike Jeter,
And Jay Bell.
Jay Bell,
Yeah.
and Jeff Horst.
Jeff Horst,
So we
yeah.
got four
Four
comics
guys, yeah.
from Detroit that are going to be doing this show, and I'm going to be hosting it. And Kevin Hart will be here and Joey Wells. So we just want to get our plug. Heart of the City, August 4th, Epitome Lounge.
Can't
It's
wait,
going to be
man.
great. I mean, it's a
Can't
great
wait.
experience for Detroit.
Can't wait.
And like I said, Kevin Hart will be here. So,
Yeah.
when we make the announcement.
That's
you
the only
guys-
person I haven't heard from yet. Like I
Yeah,
can't,
yeah.
when I get that call, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let me put you on speakerphone. What you just say, Kevin Hart? What you just say?
And so I guess Monday we could come back here. I think we're gonna be able to come back here next Monday, and that'll
Okay.
be the Monday preceding
Preceding
before that
the show. Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
we'll talk about it, and I'm sure we'll know exactly how the seating goes. I think it's gonna be a free show.
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to get there at a certain
Gotta
time to
get
get there.
there. I've been telling
it's a
everybody.
TV taping. Yeah, so all those that have never been to a professional television taping, get there, look clean, look nice, be fresh, and all that. And they'll put you in the spots where you need to be. If you look nice, they'll put you in spots where you could be seen on television as well. So I know that's
Right.
important for some people to show up.
Right.
Will I be on TV? You will. If you,
You
look
will.
good, you look nice,
Yeah.
they'll place you where they want to place you. So it's a
Yeah.
little inside on the television tip. But let's talk about financial responsibility because we got Jay-Z 444
Right. Fo.
that dropped.
fo.
And he talked about, being more financially responsible. So which brings me to our guest that's here today, Brother Ken Blanks Harrell, who has worked with me on comedy ventures as well. But I want him to talk about financial responsibility and financial prosperity, bro.
Right.
And that's kind of what we're going to do because we all need it. Even our young starving artists, whether you're a comedian, you're an actor, or you're a
Right.
rapper, or you're a poet.
Right.
This
Comedy is good
information-
medicine, but money.
But money
heals
is-
all. Money is the
Heals
healer.
it all.
Ain't it? Ain't it? Won't he do it?
But won't he do it? He will. And so I wanted to just tell us about yourself, man, and give us a brief. Talk to us real quick, man, about what we need to do to get ourselves together.
Appreciate you guys for
Yes, sir.
just first and foremost having airtime for financial literacy. I
Right.
think that it's extremely important. What really motivated me to go on the path of getting spreading the knowledge of financial literacy is first and foremost, if you know statistically, basic reading and writing rates in urban communities is in the toilet.
Yeah.
It's been said statistically that over half of America reads and writes on less than a 5th grade level.
Oh wow.
And that's just basic reading and writing.
Wow.
So just imagine if that's what the literacy rates are, what are the financial literacy rates?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people, friends of mine, family members, they don't really watch CNBC. They get intimidated by the signs,
all of the
symbols,
tickers and all the things going,
stuff
all the stuff going.
scrolling.
Yeah, just lose their mind. It's too much.
Right.
We just changed the channel.
Right.
Yeah.
But they know everything that's going on ESPN and
Right.
BT and VH1, but none of the stuff on
And
CNBC.
ESPN also has all the stuff over here and the tickers and stuff.
But they understand
But they understand that. Right.
Yeah.
They understand box scores. So
Right.
the reality of it is there's no one being taking that platform, being a sounding board or being a champion of financial literacy within urban communities.
Okay.
Quite frankly, because no one cares. And, if
we
the
should.
more ignorant we are, the better for everybody else.
Right.
But everybody else here is opening business. You talk about prosperity. Other cultures are taking advantage of the opportunities that the American society and capitalism has to offer.
I want to just interject this real quick because I know you guys might want to say. I want to tap into that real quick because African Americans, blacks, Negroes, whatever you want to call us,
Brothers, sisters,
kings or queens. That's the new thing. My king, I'm a
Nubian,
queen.
Nubians.
Listen, y'all. Come on, man. We are the biggest consumers. We buy everything.
Yeah.
We never invest and we never save.
Wow.
So this guy is one of the reasons why I brought him here. I know we funny and we talking and we laughing, but we can't really laugh without money. We need some bread.
That's the
and we
irony
need
of
to
that.
start-
People gonna be like, "My money funny."
My
It
money-
mean the exact
your money's
opposite.
really not funny.
Yes, I haven't
Your money
laughed
is
once.
Yeah. Your money is bombing.
My money's bombing.
Bombing. Your money is taken right now.
How's your money? It's funny.
And it's
Why
not
you not
good
smiling and
because,
laughing?
because we all get an attitude with each other. We don't have, and we
Right.
don't do this and that. Let's start being more financially responsible. I just wanted to say that real quick because I know because we don't invest in ourselves. We consume everything. We buy everything. We buy all the hair. We buy all the drinks. We buy all of the clothes, but we don't do anything or we don't invest in the clothes. We don't invest in the liquor and we invest in the hair. So I just
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
you
what I'm
hit the nail, right on the head. And other cultures take advantage of that. We don't save money. I think saving is probably the biggest cancer that we have in urban communities.
Right.
Like you said, as soon as we get the money, is we've already made plans for the money weeks, sometimes months ahead of even getting it.
spent before you got it.
Spend before you got it. And you'd be surprised. One thing, and I have a couple credit cards, but I noticed, like, just going to the store, how many people don't? Like, the cashiers always assume debit. Just put your PIN number. Put your PIN number. 'Cause they're like, what? Like, I hit them with a Discover card and stopped their whole flow. Like, oh, I got to put, this is credit. Like, this is a real credit
And
card.
they don't even know how to
Like,
work
the
their own credit card
They don't
machine.
even know how to work their own credit card machine. Some of them you ever see it just be taped or stuck. It just be just debit only. It's just debit pad.
that's it.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, there's nothing savvy about using debit for all your transactions when the rest of the world is using credit.
That's right.
And getting 3 to 4 extra weeks to come up with the money, right? Then they pay it off and they get a better credit score, so they can go get a better vehicle, a better home, just a totally better, lower insurance rates,
Right.
just a better lifestyle, just from financial awareness. They're not smarter people than us. They're not better people than us.
Right.
Their blood is pure, has more oxygen.
And I really think that blacks really have the ability to do that because we know how to work with numbers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know how to flip this and flip that if you can read between the lines. So if you know about numbers, you can work with stock market and you can work in investing.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So
And
here you are to provide that for
yeah, I've been
Yeah.
going around for over a year now. I've been teaching adults and high school students about the power of compounding your money in the stock market. A lot of people take advantage of that. They don't look like us, and there's a reason why. And I just want to make sure that at least I help educate, enlighten people so that we put ourselves in a position to be empowered. I'm not a
Right.
stockbroker. I don't take anyone's money. I don't have any reason for you to cut me a check. It's just advice so you can
It's
at least
that
turn on
whole
CNBC.
catch a fish and teach a man how
Yeah.
to fish.
I was
just about to say
You're
that.
actually
If you
teaching
had
fishermen out there.
three things,
It should be
the three top things that you can teach the layman about financial responsibility, what would be the top three things? I mean, in the most basic form, what would be the top three things you would tell somebody to do to get started today? Somebody sitting on their couch right now, don't really know what to do with this couple thousand they got. And they really don't have a lot
Like
of
the
money.
Everest.
What's
You're
the
sitting on the
first three
couch.
things
You're
that
not
you can
doing
do?
nothing.
No, you're
You
not
don't
doing
know the
nothing.
stock market.
We here. What you gonna do? Right.
I think
Simplified.
at a macro level, and I think that first of all, it's a great question. At a macro level, I think is having a savings goal, and the way you do that is look at what's called your savings capacity. everybody has a certain capacity of how much money you can save. Like someone that makes 30 grand doesn't have the capacity of saving 60,000
Right,
a year.
right.
So you got to look at what your realistic income is, what your overhead is that you know your controllable, your fixed versus your variable overhead. So you know you got to keep a roof over your head. You know, so housing is typically one of our biggest expenses. Though, are you buying a house? Are you leasing a house? Now, if you renting, well, why are you paying high rent? Because you're building no equity, so that's not
You
financially
can have
savvy.
a mortgage and
Yeah,
you can be doing things.
it's way more savvy to get a mortgage. People get scared to death about the word mortgage, but it's way better to live in a house that costs 150 grand and you're paying 700 a month and you'll own it
Than to
eventually
rent.
than to rent for 800 a month and you'll never own it.
Years.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You just
Yeah.
putting out 10 grand.
Yeah.
just to have a
For
place
nothing.
to stay.
Yeah.
There's
Just
no
going to
investment in your
nowhere.
money.
Left,
But if
right.
you could do something just as savvy as controlling your housing expense and save that extra, you know, you'll save 5 of it because you get write-offs. You get to write off 80% of your mortgage
Right.
payment.
Well,
Like every 750 or whatever you send, like 700 of it you write off.
Right.
What about our people right now that don't
Right.
have a house?
Okay.
Don't have maybe they just got a little money to hold on to. Maybe they're living with
Maybe they don't
somebody.
have
Maybe
a lot of money at all.
But they want to do something for their financial future.
What I think the first thing with
what
that
do
is
they do?
I do a workshop called Finding Your Missing Money. And we all have missing money. And there are different categories that you mentioned before. We're the biggest consumers that exist. So what I do is look at what do I spend money on and how can I shift some of my spending so that I can save more and put that money to the side in a vehicle, whether it's stock market or real estate or something. And so those categories to start, you know, like I drink a lot of coffee. The average coffee drinker though spends $3 a day
Right.
or more. You see
Right.
them, you've been to the Starbucks,
Oh,
you know,
man.
latte be $5,
Right.
$6.
$4. Yeah.
$4, $5. So, but you think about it, it's every day. So you spending $4 a day, $3-4 a day.
365 that. Yeah. Right.
That's over,
right.
you know, so over $1,000
Right.
easily on coffee.
Right.
Think about communications. It's still people living in the dinosaur age that have $100 a month cell phone bills.
Right.
And you can go get a family plan and have 4 lines for $100.
Right.
So isn't it more savvy to spend $25 a month to talk versus 125? That's more money we're just throwing away. You look at
Do you think it's a
Comcast.
matter of I don't mean to cut you off,
Okay.
but do you think it's a matter of people just not tangibly applying things to their everyday life, or you think it's just laziness, or you
Or
think
just
it's
lack
just
of
unaware?
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
right,
three
right,
things.
right.
It's either, and it's called KSA. It's either a lack of knowledge, a lack of skill, or a lack of action. Now, it's one thing we don't know, but after we have more dialogue and conversation like this, we can eliminate the K. You're aware. Now, the skill part, maybe you don't have all your ducks in a row to get a mortgage just yet. Maybe you got to work on your credit. Maybe you got to
Right.
save some more money. But you're
Student
aware.
loans
Yeah,
or whatever.
but you're at least aware from now
You have a
standpoint that I need to
goal,
go in
something I
that
can work on.
direction.
Right.
So the skill is, okay, what do I need to do to get from where I know I should be to taking the A, which is action? Because the action is I'm going to go sit down and talk to a lender. I'm going to go get approved
Right.
for
I'm
a
going
loan.
to make
I'ma go
moves
I'm about to make a
towards
move.
the advancement.
But you got to
Right.
do the middle part so you put yourself in position
If
to
you-
make the power move.
If you figure we
Makes
spend
sense.
about 4 or 5 hours, maybe more a day on social media,
really.
we could probably spend
Wow.
about an hour on our financial enhancement.
Yeah.
Just
In
on
the course of the day.
self-analyzation. Let me look. Let
Absolutely.
me sit back and
And
look
come
at
up.
myself and come up
about-
with something.
We
A
look
plan.
at the time we spend on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Right.
Snapchat.
We're
Just
spending,
the
like you
time
said,
in a
10
day.
hours a week,
Right.
10, 20 hours a week.
Doing
on the
nothing.
internet.
Doing nothing but commenting and talking and liking.
Trolling.
And think about when the last
Trolling.
time
We're not
someone read
doing
a book.
anything financially responsible. You know what I'm saying?
Trolling.
But in 10 hours, you can read a book.
Right.
In
Easy.
10 hours reading a book, you can advance yourself save yourself 20 years of pitfalls and get jewels, because people who write books typically have done something successful. They've figured some stuff out. And just if you pay
Here
the
go they
20
cliff
bucks,
notes to that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
of life.
Right.
It's multi-millionaire people who figured it out,
Right.
and they write books. They always say, if you want to hide something from people, where you have
Hey, put it in the book.
you put it in the book.
Put it in the
And
book.
we
And
just
we got to
gotta
get away
be
from
more
that, though.
individual.
I really want us to get away from that.
But they got us all caught up on the television. That's why I mentioned as well the missing money.
Yeah,
You
we
still got
watching.
people paying
I see
$200
more
a month
people
for
text and
Comcast.
tweet about Game of Thrones
Yeah, power.
and Power and about getting Ghost out of jail. I'm like, y'all really so serious about getting Ghost out of jail? It's a TV show.
You have your real life cousin in jail that you're doing nothing about.
We gotta get Ghost out of jail.
Ghost got to get out of jail.
I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, what are we doing?
Right.
I mean, it's nobody is saying don't have fun,
Right.
and nobody's saying not enjoy life. But we gotta start spending some of these hours in our day-to-day lives on investing in ourselves, and part of that
Productivity,
is
advancing.
financial responsibility.
We get complacent. I know that a lot
That-
about a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Now, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
Because
we get comfortable. Why do that when I'm already chilling?
Yeah,
I'm good. You're not great, but I'm good, and we need to be trying to get great.
That's
Right.
right.
How do we
Absolutely.
get great?
We
Absolutely.
need to make the people around us great.
Right. The company you keep.
Instead of being like, I'm the boss in my group. I'm a boss, and everybody else. Come on, man. No.
Say make everybody else bosses.
Everybody else got to be sweet. Yeah, man. You're not sweet, and all your people around you poor.
Right.
That don't make you sweet.
Now is there this is a belief a lot of people have that you have to have quote unquote money to get into the stock market. You have to have like large amounts of money,
Yeah,
like
you brought-
thousands and thousands. So what is
Have
your
you brought
answer to
that up?
that?
I got this worksheet I want you all to take a look at.
The
Okay.
layman's
The
investment.
layman's investment. We got a pie graph here.
Okay.
And it's
Can we bring that up on it? No, I'm just
Probably
playing.
can.
We don't have that type.
to help people to
Might
essentially
be able to do a little bit.
to set up their first portfolio.
That's what it looked like, y'all.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I just- we didn't wanna be-
It looked
we didn't wanna
it
be
looked
stingy.
It looked
I
like
don't know
a
what you see,
pizza.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
And it basically the way it works, if you look in the lower right-hand corner of the box right there, I say that you start with at least $150.
Ah.
So I
That-
think
see,
you can
that's
start
not a lot
somewhere
at all.
because missing money, just like we talking about before. People still paying $200 a month for their Comcast bill, but it's people got the Fire Sticks, the Hulu, the Roku, and they're saving. So if you get a hold of your missing money, you always got money to put in the stock
Right.
market.
Bro, they spend $150 on shoes, man.
Yeah.
Shoes.
You can't
Vices.
I mean,
I spent $100 on.
Big Baller Brand selling
You
for
want-
400, but that's another story. But
I couldn't believe that.
yeah, Big Baller Brand.
400.
So if you could take $150, a fraction of that,
Right.
what you spend, man, people spend $150 on loud. Let's just keep it real.
On the
You know what I'm
loud.
saying? So you can take that money and do what this guy is telling you or advise or something similar to what he's
Just
saying.
save. Just start somewhere. You know.
You
Just
know,
start
and money
save.
gives you, to segue back into health, money will then allow you to live a happier life.
It
It's
makes
less
you feel
stress.
better.
Just having an emergency
Right.
fund. I
You-
read an article. Not to cut you guys. I read an article that said 90% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in an emergency fund.
It's true.
90%.
I can believe that.
Like if anything happens, a water
That's a
heater,
high percentage.
It is.
you know, something you got to deal with the car
Anything.
issue. Because typical
Jail.
little issues typically are under $1,000. Or
Right.
even, you know, if you might be a couple few $100.
Right, right. But
the
at least that
average
grand can
household
start
per-
to do a whole
if you
lot.
got this saying, but that when you mention
Right.
peace of mind and
Right.
comfort, whatever we have to do before putting any money in the stock market,
Mm-hmm.
create at least a $500 to $1,000 emergency
Little
fund.
cushion.
Everybody, that's it.
Yeah.
That pressure, if you had an extra grand in your checking account, savings account, whatever you typically use, that to me, for the average person, that
Yeah.
eliminates a lot of pressure.
And, you know, I'm shaking my head because I know guys that walk around with that in their pocket.
Right.
So if you're walking around with this in your pocket,
Right.
why won't you just invest this in something that's going to be sustainable for the future?
After you
the
make the
long
money, let your
run,
money
man.
make money for
Let
you.
it make quit.
Ford stock
Why are
is
you
$11
showing
a
people
share.
this?
Right.
Who you got? Yeah.
Racks.
Who cares? Put your racks on something that's going to make
Right.
you more racks and help your
Absolutely.
family, man, become more financially responsible. And honestly, brother, that's why we wanted you here today to kind of put that in people's brains because people they talk all the time and people listen, but they really don't get information that's healthy for them and their
Right.
family's
Right.
future financially. And so that's the main reason why this brother said. Tell us something else, man, before we get out. We only got a few minutes left.
All right.
So-
Well, just to wrap up real
Yeah,
quick,
wrap us up, man.
throw out some companies out there. It's some great companies that are at bargains. I know a lot of us want to get into the market, and I'm a big fan of get as many shares as you can for the lowest cost as possible. So it might be a little late if you want to chase that Apple stock or that Facebook or Google because those prices are out of control.
Best stock right now.
Best stock right now, woo, the best stock
Right.
right
Best
now.
stock right now for the layman.
But-
For
Real
the
quick.
layman, I like Disney stock.
Disney.
Disney.
You heard it.
Stock.
All right.
I like Disney
Put
stock
all
for
your
layman.
money in Disney.
They bought George Lucas's Star Wars franchise. They bought Stan Lee's Marvel franchise.
they're
They
talking
drop
about the
the
movies.
movies out every 6 months. Every movie does over
And I mean,
$100
who don't know who
million.
Disney is?
And
I
then
mean,
they
it's a
got
very
the lunch
popular
boxes,
stock.
the
Right.
backpacks,
Mickey
the-
Mouse.
the TV shows, the Lego
Jeez.
version
Right.
of it. So
The
I
dolls and
yeah,
everything.
the action figures
Disney,
and all
right,
that. Yeah,
right.
I'm very bullish.
If
on
I'd
Disney.
invested in Disney, I promise you, before Frozen came out, I'd be rich.
Right.
I promise you, I've seen
Right.
Frozen 1,000
all the
times.
way up.
Right.
Love you,
so,
brother.
How do people reach you? Like, I know, you know,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you got some stuff, and I don't want it to be just,
yeah,
you know,
we gotta
reduced to this
tell us
15, 20
everything
minutes.
we need to
How
know
could they
right
come
now,
to a
right now.
course?
Ken
Or,
Blanks Harrell. You can catch me at Bullish Picks online, Bullish Picks.
Okay.
And every second Saturday we're at the Northwest Activity Center. So
Okay.
we do stock market workshops for everybody there. So we'll be there on Saturday, August 12th, 10:30 a.m. Stock Market 101. Saturday, August 12th,
That's
10:30.
super awesome.
Northwest Activity Center.
There we
Check
go.
it out.
Come
Bullish
on, y'all.
Picks.
Let's get financially responsible. And this is Howie Boogie.
huh?
And this is what we doing, and we're going to be back.
Yeah.
We love y'all, Highland Park, Detroit. Boogie, tell us something before we get out of here.
We love y'all, Highland Park.
We do. And hey, that love is really what all we need. August 4th, Epitome Lounge. Kevin Hart will be here, Heart of the City. We love y'all, man. This has been Howie Bell, Boogie, Ken Harrell. Hey, man, we love you, Helen, the Wellness Report. Be back. Hey, look.
Stay
she
healthy out there, people.
Also has a guest I forgot to tell y'all.
But you know what?
about.
It's okay. Because no one's perfect, all right?
No one is perfect, and his name.
So-
yes, Conrad Mallett. There we go. Conrad Mallett.
Okay.
Conrad Mallett will be here.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we have to, and that's
forward
going
to
to be
meeting
Monday,
him.
July 31st. with Conrad Mallett will
Okay.
be here. That's leading into. So we wrapping it up, y'all. We love y'all, man. Howie, Boogie, Blanks. We out.
Yeah.